The 310 illusion. The mind built a prison out of air. Nothing about you is as solid as you think. The 310 illusion. You feel heavy with who you are, your past, your wounds, your pride, your achievements, your personality. It feels like a 310 structure. You carry sentences like, this is who I am, this is what happened to me, this is my trauma, this is my belief. But examine it carefully. Where exactly is this structure? Can you touch it? Can you weigh it? Can you point to it? No. It exists only as thoughts moving through the mind, and thoughts weigh nothing. So, what feels like a 310 building is actually air pretending to be concrete. The mind built a prison out of air. The prison walls are sentences. People must respect me. I should not fail. I must prove myself. I cannot lose her. I must become successful. None of these are laws of nature. They are simply thoughts the mind repeated often enough until they began to feel real. So now you live inside invisible walls. You worry, you defend your image, you chase validation, all because of walls that do not actually exist. The prison is not made of iron, it is made of belief. And belief is just thought wearing armor. Nothing about you is as solid as you think. You believe your identity is stable, your personality is fixed, your story defines you. But look closely. 10 years ago, you were a different person. 10 years before that, another. Your likes changed, your fears changed, your ambitions changed. Even your memories rewrite themselves. So, what exactly is this solid you? It is simply a moving collection of thoughts and memories, like clouds forming shapes in the sky. For a moment, it looks like a mountain, but it was never a mountain, only clouds passing by. The real point: this is not philosophy, this is freedom. When you see this deeply, you stop defending your image, you stop worshipping your past, you stop fearing psychological collapse because you realize something profound. The thing you are protecting was never real enough to break. Most people spend their entire lives reinforcing the walls of a prison that does not exist. The moment you see the walls are made of air, you don't escape the prison. You realize you were never inside it. A person believes his life, identity, beliefs, memories, and personality are very solid, real, and heavy like a massive 310 building. But in reality, that whole structure is supported only by thought, which is light, fragile, and unreal, like air or mist. You say your life feels solid, your identity feels heavy, your beliefs feel important, your memories feel defining. You feel as if you are carrying a 310 building called me. But look closely. What exactly is this building made of? Not bricks, not steel, not concrete. It is made of thought. And thought is the lightest substance in existence. A thought appears, it stays for a moment, it disappears. Yet you treat it as if it were granite. When a thought appears, such as, I am this kind of person, this is my past, this is what happened to me, this is what I believe, you immediately believe it. The mind writes a sentence, and you treat it like a law of physics. But it is just ink in the air. Imagine mist in the morning. For a moment, it looks thick, dense, real. Then sunlight touches it, and it vanishes. Your identity is that mist. Your beliefs are that mist. Your story is that mist. But because the mind keeps producing the same thoughts again and again, the mist begins to look like a building. Repetition creates the illusion of solidity. Your suffering comes from this single mistake. You believe the mist is a mountain. You believe the thought is truth. You believe the story is you. Look carefully at memory. Memory is not the past. Memory is the thought happening now about something that supposedly happened then. It is a replay, a projection, a shadow. Yet, you allow that shadow to define who you are. If thought stopped for even 10 seconds, your entire identity would disappear. Not because something was destroyed, but because it was never solid to begin with. The 310 building called you is supported by air. That is why the wise men laugh when people say, my pride, my status, my story, my trauma, my identity. They see a man defending mist. The moment you see this clearly, something strange happens. You stop trying to fix yourself because there is no building to repair. There is only mist pretending to be architecture. The man who believes he is a building spends his life repairing cracks. The man who sees he is mist no longer fears collapse. Because nothing real can collapse and nothing unreal was ever standing. Your identity feels heavy, but it is made only of thoughts. Thoughts are temporary and fragile like mist. Repetition of thoughts creates the illusion of solidity. Memory is just a thought happening now, not the past itself. Believing thoughts gives them false power. The self feels like a building, but it is actually supported by air. Seeing this deeply dissolves the need to constantly fix or defend yourself. The tragedy of the human being is this: he walks through life believing he is carrying something immensely heavy: his past, his identity, his wounds, his pride, his story. He treats it as if it were a 3-ton building strapped to his back, so he protects it, defends it, explains it, justifies it, repays it endlessly. But what he is carrying is not a building, it is mist, a few memories, a few repeated thoughts, a handful of beliefs that the mind kept rehearsing until they felt real. This is the great illusion. The mind builds a prison out of air, then spends a lifetime trying to escape it. And the moment one sees this clearly, not intellectually, but directly, something quite happens. The struggle drops. Because the walls were never iron, the building was never concrete. It was only thought pretending to be reality. And what is made of air cannot imprison anyone.